people, you know what time it is. The milkman is in the building. He didn't come alone. You see, it's Milk and Friends. It's the after show. We talking about the greatest entertainer too. But we can't do that without the man of the hour. Y'all go
We have
help me before I
success.
get this introduction. Oh, we're gonna need you to cut that down a little bit. Cut your camera to the side. Turn your volume down some because you're echoing. We might have to go on and mute your mic before we do this proper introduction. All right, y'all. We just had an amazing opportunity. We got to see the third installment of the Daz Exotic trilogy. I imagine it's going to keep on going, but it was the greatest entertainer too. It did not disappoint. We're going to have this amazing panel discussion. I know that so many people have questions. I heard something about chest hair already, but we can't have that discussion without the man of the hour. He is the entertainer. He is the artist. He is the podcaster. He is the man who builds relationships and connections to creativity and empowers other people to be great. He is the one, the only, the greatest entertainer, Daz Exotic. Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? It looked like we got that lunatic in the house. What's the word, man? Talk to the people.
Nothing much, nothing much. Just rewatch the magic and the mayhem, the music, magic, and mayhem. That
I like that.
The greatest entertainer ever. Two.
Yo, I know
Milk.
That you're always.
It's the
I know that you're always
movie. It's the third movie. But it's the second greatest entertainer ever.
Right. It's the third in your movies, but it's the second in this lineup of greatest entertainer. But I know there's a lot of anxiety that comes with putting out projects. But now that this thing has been birthed, now that the labor pains are over with and this thing is out in the world, I know that all of the folks that are here tonight have so many questions. I'm going to go ahead and kick this thing out with Kalisha because I know she stay ready. She ain't got to get ready. She want to know something about the greatest entertainer too. Hit up the exotic one. Let them know what you're talking about.
Hi. First, I just want to say, Daz, congratulations. My goodness. I forgot to take my blood pressure medication today, which I knew better.
Woo.
Because as a mom, I was like, I got this. I can handle anything. You know what I mean? We stay up late. We do all this stuff. We can handle crying. But there is something that happens towards the end where you just can't help but be like, listen, if someone don't say something, if somebody don't do nothing, like it's about, because you can't be a soldier out here watching videos like that. You just can't. Like, how did that not escalate into a situation where people were all sitting in the back of a paddy wagon?
Oof. Out the gate swinging. Out the gate swinging. Out the gate swinging.
Well, for me, I don't feel like anybody should ever stand up for me. I feel like it's my business to deal with. I put myself in the situation, obviously, by not having a solid enough communication or whatever. And so I put myself in the situation. It happened to me. I trusted them too much, and it was on me to correct it. Obviously, I would have wanted somebody to help me. It's funny. Milk had left by that point. Milk, why did you leave? Milk, because
I was wondering. I was thinking, like, does this nigga have a manager? What the fuck is going on? Why are you interacting with the hell?
It was the white guy with the long hair at the end. He was just late.
He was late.
Hold on.
He was late.
Well, I did have somebody who was supposed to come.
I can give you a little perspective.
But there was a clip that was missed.
I can give you a little perspective.
Go on.
Yeah, I can give you a little perspective. So you see the end of the show. You see me say, oh, they're about to go to the green room, right?
Uh-huh.
Amazing high. The show is officially over. You know, people are finishing their drinks, they chilling, whatever. People are leaving. I'm saying good night to the audience. I'm thanking them for being an amazing crowd. I'm thanking them for supporting independent artists. Thanking Daz, of course, for putting the show together. Tell them to drive safe. And as soon as I put the mic down, the guy that you see at the end of the video, the villain, the antagonist,
yeah.
if you will, he hops on the mic from the back booth and he says, anybody who performed on this show tonight, come and see me so you can get paid. Now, I've been, this is my third show that I've done with Daz. The second show where I have co-hosted it. And I know that this isn't how business works. I know Daz sets up the show. I know Daz gets the door. I know Daz gets online sales. I know at the end of the night, whatever is brought in, they give to Daz. Daz spreads it out as he sees fit based on who put asses in seats. And we go from there. So as soon as I hear him say this, I go, this is not about to go well.
I had no previous conversation with that guy. Literally, the first thing he told me is, yo, they told me I was doing the sound for this show at 2 a.m. last night is when I learned I was doing that. So,
so this nigga was just mad off top.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah, that nigga was cranky as fuck.
Yeah.
Another key moment that is not on camera, he did not know how to hook up my wireless mics.
At the very beginning, he claims that there wasn't a sound check, but like the first, I don't know how long was spent on trying to get those wireless mics hooked up. He didn't know how to do. And didn't RG have to end up figuring it out himself, or the DJ end up figuring it out?
Shout out the DJ, shout out Cecilia, shout out RG, all the people who were actually trying to find solutions to problems. And this goes back to answering your question, Kalisha. Because if a fight happens really like that, they're gonna blame hip hop. They're gonna blame black people as a whole.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, I've been black my whole life, so I understand, and I'm pretty white. You know what I mean? But they still I understand that piece of it for sure.
I mean,
but it still doesn't change like the passion that comes with it. Sorry, Milk, but I just mean like, even though if I'm about to cop charges, and listen, I'm sitting here on the other side, so that's obviously not a thing very often. But like the type of pressure that started and then continued on, like. No one on that floor decided to take the steam out of the pot. Like no one was like, listen, as a front of house manager, I'm calling it. Like no one. No,
that was it. He was the biggest man in the house. And what we would come to find out later, is he's a part owner, supposedly.
Right. As he sounded like it because he was counting the money, collecting the money. So it seemed like he just got put on this shitty gig, but he didn't have to be that unprofessional on that shit.
He wasn't a part of any of the other shows. We had never seen him before.
Right.
I mean, from top to bottom, from the sound being horrible, from them sending the B team to the bar, because I don't know how much money they made on the bar, but when I gotta ask other people to buy me drinks because the drinks are moving so slow out the bar. You're not properly staffed. As you can see in that movie, we are packed out. We have a sold out house.
Oh, nice.
And the drinks were not moving.
Yeah, John.
They were missing on all levels. They sent the B team on the sound crew, notified them at the last minute. Sent the B team.
What venue was this? Where was this located?
I mean, and I'm not even trying to. I'm not even trying to take it.
But with all of that, Magic was still had. Magic was still made.
And that was the key of me keeping my composure throughout the night, throughout getting yelled at. That was my first set. And also when children are allowed to be in the venue between 8 to 10 o'clock, children could be there. And
would they have a restaurant?
No.
What the fuck?
It's a performance place.
It's a bar. They do have food. I believe they have food. But it is a bar. It's a venue. But what happened is we put on great entertainment from 8 o'clock to midnight. with damn near 2 different shows, packed with amazing artists from top to bottom, and this is the response that we get at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's
and it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth for something that was so amazing, so magical. You know what I mean? A lot of work and energy was put into putting this show together. And yeah, it sucks that it ended the way it did. But let's talk about some of the other aspects of the movie.
Howard, you had a
talk
great
to me,
question.
Howard.
Hey, yo, what's good? Yeah, man.
Wait, real quick. Some of them acts that didn't stand up for me, I love y'all, but fuck y'all.
Oh.
I see what it is. I don't gotta bark. I don't gotta bite. I mean, the footage speaks for itself. Why are people? And it's funny, Kalisha, because when I ask that question, people pretend like I'm wrong for feeling that way. So
hell no, they should have your back.
Thank you for validating my feelings.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I mean, even if you were at just like worst case scenario, if you and everyone in there that you brought came acting out of term, I mean, as the front of house, like it's your job to like read that individual, because nobody is stepping into a situation like that the same. Everybody's got their own, their own steez or whatever. And it's up to that front of house to be like, all right, if this talking calmly isn't working, then we need to like figure out what we need to do. And because that went on for like a while. I mean, even in an edit, you could tell that went on for far too long. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's bad business all the way around. I mean, if that was something that he had in his mind he wanted to do, he should have talked about that before the show ever started. The fact of the matter is there was an agreement in place with the other owners that Daz is used to working with. Once again, nobody knew who this individual was. He did not present himself as an owner the whole night until the end of the night, where you could hear him say, my bar. And then, of course, we would learn more after the fact. But yeah, it was sketchy to say the least, and a bad business practice to the max.
And they did stand up for me to a certain extent, right? For the fact they didn't go up and take money from this man, because they didn't know who the fuck he was, and they were just as shocked as I was by the change in agreement. Right. First off, to act like I was a bad guy, a lot of venues are charging people to perform there.
Absolutely.
All kinds of bread to do that. And they're getting to play.
You said that.
And they're getting to play at a packed show. And for the potential to make money if they sell tickets, which I'm keeping track of, and which is why I pushed online tickets. Of course, they act like they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when I try to get them to sell online tickets. But Howard, you asked a great question. Let's get into your lighter question. We're gonna get into some heavier ones a little bit before we get off.
Yes. No, I had the question before. He said about the chest hairs being out. That's the formality question. But no, it had a part in there, man. Because again, I really watched it. I'm real thorough with it.
No, I want to answer that one first about the chest hairs. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said he had his peach fuzz out. His baby hairs was sticking out now. He had his shirt open. You better watch out.
It's crazy because it's really baby hair. But
just glue it up on there like you.
Hey, you know how y'all can just lay some edges on there now? We can just swipe it on our chest.
Sitting on the stoop, getting it all. Oh, come on.
You gotta bring the aesthetic though, and the iconic picture. My mom.
Oh, you're for real.
My mom stopped me. My mom stopped me from getting in less clothes than that.
Wow.
Nigga, you had no. Oh, you talking about the album cover? You talking about the performance?
During the performance.
Cuz what? Okay.
I was gonna get.
I don't think the album cover could be less.
I'm hearing some follow-up inquiries coming.
I was gonna get into album cover mode, but my mom was like, "No." My mom, without me saying anything, she was like, "What are you gonna do? You know what? You're gonna take your shirt off and blah blah blah." And I was like, "No, mom, I'm not." But she was right. She was right. And do your
I
dance
mean,
moves.
that
It's
shit would
like,
have been nuts though. You came out in a speedo, cuz that shit would have been fucking many,
Michael Phelps.
Like
Oh,
Gigi
shit.
Allen style or some shit,
Gigi
bro. Like
Allen.
greatest entertainer on earth. Like what the fuck? What is this guy doing here, man? We need some
I mean,
Jello.
look,
We need some fucking Jello. Like,
look.
Oh.
Nothing's ever enough for
Yes.
people. I'm throwing up on stage, all kinds of shit.
don't throw up on stage.
They just want to see you
Don't do
throw up
that.
naked. They want
No,
they
it,
want to see
Nigga,
you throw up in a
if you doing that, I feel like that. You like the DJ guy, bro. I'm whooping your ass for that shit, bro. That's gonna smell my whole fucking bar up, nigga, for like 3 or 4 days. Nah,
no, it
that's
was
no
a
point.
light. It was a light. You see it if you watch the movie. You literally see the moment
It was
that
Oh,
I
I
just
didn't even
smashed.
see
water.
It was a little like it was like a blap, and then I went backstage, and then I got cussed the fuck out by
bro.
Three
He
mics.
was fuck. All right, we're gonna
Mics.
stay
And
on
what did that
topic.
coach Keegan look?
Howard. You said you had one. You said you had
Yeah.
another point too.
No, I said no. I had a real serious question though too, because again, I watched the dialect and everything. And I watched like again body language, like the whole body language of that dude. Ever since he came on the scene was just that whole hostile. But then one of the things he said to you was, "Oh, I don't trust you. I don't trust you." Do you feel like a lot of the times when you do like these establishments and everything, do you walk in there with a target on your back? Because cause you even said like, why you don't trust me? Like, what's to even do that to come from? Like, what do you think? Like, what nature would that come from? Like on that type of end to like have that come about?
Damn, that's a heavy. Damn.
Yeah, nigga was adamant on calling you a piece of shit. He was convicted in that shit. Like I was like,
Like-
what the fuck this nigga do?
Like
it was like, what's this hostility, bruh?
And what's crazy? What's
I mean,
crazy?
I got
Shit.
some theories about it, but I want to hear from the exotic one.
I'm happy I wasn't there. Shit.
I don't like to theorize. So, and the thing about it is I've sent the owner the link. The owner got the link if he wants to speak on his behavior on his side of it. I'm a very open-ended communicator. I don't know. They haven't had well enough communication. I don't know that guy. You know what I'm saying? All I know is he was very hostile from the beginning. He couldn't hook up my wireless mics. I don't know what about me, but I think something about me in general brings that. I mean, I think it's because I don't fuck around.
Nah, you don't. You don't. That's true. I can confirm from the sidelines looking in. I'm like, this nigga goes way too hard. It's just like, damn, cuz. But you really didn't do shit. Like you just went on and performed, and this nigga just had a fucking aneurysm. I had a bar owner like that though. Them niggas be crazy, bro.
Did that Coach Keegan look? 3 mics.
Well, first off, he couldn't. Thank God that the DJ was able to hook up my wireless mics, and so we were
Shout
able
out
to
to
rock.
DJ.
Yeah, bro, he got so screwed over. That's a whole other mess. Because when they why are you divvying up the money and you don't know where it's going? Like,
He's divvying up the money for the other bands that are coming. So, because the fucking guy with the guns behind me and the beard, I've seen that fucking cop too on the fucking Cop Watch shows. I'm pretty sure. So I was asking you, like, what city is it? I've seen that fucking chud before, dude. Fucking pigs. Anyways,
seen this dude.
I've seen that nigga, man. He's looking for a reason. He's like looking over there, his hands on his fucking little fucking pepper spray, whatever. He was ready to fuck somebody up.
I'm about to say to sit there and
yeah,
tell you like,
monitor.
Can I still trespass him? Can I still tell him not to come back? Like,
I was like, damn, you got trespassed for nothing.
Like even after giving you the cake and everything, he's still like going out his way to like, is it like this last word, like that's coming from emotion. That's like no, again, like I don't know, like he got his picture, he got your picture on his wall.
Well, was in his feelings, bro.
What I really got from that, I mean, because what are we really talking about? He stood on a chair and he stood on business. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what I got from it is they wanted him to stand there quietly and hold his hand out like, can I have some more, please? You know,
You should have came out with the Speedo, bro.
Bro, like,
That shit would have been
like
wild.
They was trying to belittle somebody at the end of the night. You know what I mean? They wanted them to come how they wanted them to come and do it quietly and say please and thank you type shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
sit down, roll over.
Yeah.
And
spot sit.
Well, and it's crazy because that's typically the expectation. And it's really sad. And I came to the venue every day until I got all my money.
Really?
Yes, they called the cops every
Okay.
time. But the
Every
cops
time.
every time. But there wasn't really anything that they could, and they're gonna try and use this. Never mind.
No. You can't do that. Wait.
No, but yeah, they called the cops every time. And I would sit outside of there, and it would be so funny because the cops couldn't really do anything to me. I wasn't being aggressive. And I would just smoke a cigarette, and there'd be like 5 cop cars lined up.
They always call for backup. Around law enforcement. They always call for backup. Like,
yeah,
because apparently there ain't shit else to do over there.
Yeah, I mean, it like. What's crazy is, and even the way that the staff turned on me, I was very confused because they were all backing that guy instantly. And first off, the guy with the blonde hair, who
from Games of Thrones, he came in.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, towards the end. But yeah, the staff is going to turn on you on a dime. He signs their fucking checks, so that's what's going to happen.
He's the one who told me I was getting the door.
That's crazy.
Jakey promoter status.
Homie changed his mind.
You had
after he finger wagged. First of all, I want to commend Daz because I was standing off to the side when that man was finger wagging him, and I could not believe that Daz didn't blow up on that man.
Yeah. You held your composure as good as you could.
We had people coming from all around the country to perform on that show, and had he leaned into his emotions in that moment, it would have spoiled it for everybody who hadn't even had an opportunity to perform yet.
Yeah,
and he hadn't even finished his own set.
Yeah, and that's what I was focused on. I was with my little cousin. Shout out Kai, the most amazing hype man. And part of why I threw up was trying to keep up with his energetic ass. Like,
it's the nerves, the noise. It's your noise.
No, it wasn't nerves.
It's a workout.
It wasn't nerves.
Like,
it was.
It wasn't nerves. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're jumping.
It was a lot of water and a lot of jumping.
It's a workout.
A lot of jumping.
You know, and which, man, the youth is crazy. They're talent. Real quick for more positive light, I'll play part of this real quick. But yeah, Kai was a monster.
It's all true stories that you can vibrate, you know. Let's go, my shot.
Ten bands on. No, but I think that when you're an artist, people think they can take advantage of you and count you out and treat you away. I mean, I brought them a great. I think I brought them a great show. Even the idea of making a documentary out of it. Thank God I did. Just for the police, though, to pretend like I made that.
Oh yeah, because that shit can turn ugly. You know, cops love to escalate. When you see a gun in the situation, that shit always tends to go south.
I'm
especially
honestly,
if you're a person of color.
It was so weird because every cop acted completely different.
Well, they
Yeah,
do.
we're all different
Like they
people.
do.
Yeah.
No,
And-
they're usually in unison on like their opinions. They let one take the lead and pretend that whatever that one said is law. They defend each other ruthless. That's a part of how they.
Oh, yeah, that's
They
a fact.
do, but like I've been in a situation where one, like, I mean, I couldn't breathe, and the other guy was like crying and shit. So I don't know. Like, there's still
Oh,
people,
wow.
right? Yeah, like they're people though.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself of that shit, but yeah, I gotta chill out on the prejudice. Them
Melanated, you gotta chill.
niggas get on my motherfucking nerves, nigga. I can't stand them motherfuckers, man. Them niggas escalate to 10,000. I'm actually gonna be doing a show on that shit because there's a lot of like right wing cop watch ass shows with all this left bootlegging shit on there. It needs like a leftist kind of perspective and a commentary and reactionary. So hopefully in the next couple months I'm gonna be dropping that shit on the regular because that shit's just endless content. People love crying, you know. But how about crying from a criminal's perspective? You know what I mean?
Smashly, do you got any questions?
What was he mad that you said when you were sitting at the table?
Oh no, it was
What's he
during
mad at?
my set when I said sorry the sound man is hurting your ears.
Mm.
What he wanted me, the set before that had a little bit of static. What he wanted me to say was sorry the performers didn't know how to use the mic and I didn't hold a proper sound check.
That's
Is
probably
what
what triggered
he
him even
wanted
more.
me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yeah,
he
he's
wanted
mad.
me to say.
That needs to be on a T-shirt though, for real. Like, sorry, the sound man hurt your ears. Like, come on.
There you go.
You know, I mean, it wouldn't have been as bad, you know, if he had just left it there. But it escalated to what it did. But then even after that, it would be reported that he, you know, added to the story, kind of like the telephone game. We would hear he said that my mic game sucked, and then he said, and then he said, and then he said.
Yeah.
I think that they underestimated how much footage of the night I actually had. And that's barely the footage, honestly. So there's
Right.
because some people didn't want to be in it,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So then you gotta leave some scenes out, right? Yeah.
Like there was one lady who was defending me super hard. There was two who were defending me super hard. That like you don't just throw them in there. Obviously, you seen Cecilia go my wife in there going crazy. What's the first thing she said? She said, "Let me handle it." I'm like,
Yeah, she sure did. And I thought it was so cute when she's like, you need to get your meds right now. You do your meds. She's like, give me my medicine. I was just like, oh, that's hard. This nigga got panache for sure. Great entertainer for sure. Johnny on the spot, quick witted. Love it.
Hey boy, just know that they always gonna ride 100 for each other all the time. They're gonna hold each other like husband and wife.
You seen it with his performance tour. Like, you see the love.
Yeah. When I say equally yoked, they right there tied at the hip, the yoke, and every other place.
hell no. Yo, we don't need all this capping on here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of capping going on.
Let's work our way around the panel. We ain't heard too much nothing from y'all. What's going on, y'all?
Man, I was trying to see if y'all could fucking hear me.
Oh yeah, we can hear you. Man. We can hear you.
Crystal clear.
All good. That's all.
Go on and talk to us. I seen you lively in the comments.
We gotta and we don't got that much more. Kalisha, when is your podcast? How much?
As soon as this thing is over. I mean, we're casual around here. Take your time.
Okay, for sure.
Okay. So we got more content.
We're not gonna take up. Yeah, we're not gonna take up too much longer. We're gonna get to the point. But
I said we want to let everybody get a chance to talk, and then we'll let you close it out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Go ahead, y'all, man. Talk to us.
I was just trying to figure out why the fuck he was tripping and not trying to pay you. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Like
especially when he wasn't the one that did the contract with you to begin with.
Right.
Well,
we would have turned that bitch out.
Hey, look, and we can't do things like that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I
there's a
said
big-
you handled that shit
The,
well.
the biggest
because
the
that would
biggest
have stopped
issue
me
is-
from getting any money. And I'm in Illinois. I
No,
live
I'm talking about like the
in
next day.
Georgia.
You say you
And-
right, ain't nobody trying to go to jail when they out of state. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of
Hell
the day,
nah.
the biggest issue, and I'm gonna go ahead and say their name. Can I say their name? Are you okay with me saying their name? I'm gonna say their name. The biggest
Go
issue
ahead.
with the night shop is that they let something that was business get personal. And while Daz might have stood on the chair and he might have raised his voice and he might have even said some unsavory words, at no point did he get out his body. And the way that man presented was not professional, was not becoming of a business owner, and he should have honored the agreement. And if you want to change the agreement moving forward, you negotiate that in future business dealings, but you don't wait till the end of the night to try to flip the script. And
Hell
that's
no.
what he allowed
After
to
they
happen.
made all of our money. Oh, let's
Right.
get it. Well, and because the whole thing is, I'm just trying to keep the boat going. The audience was having a great,
An amazing time.
like a great time. Like they're enjoying the performance.
People
Shout
were
out.
talking about the show for days. And,
Yeah,
and,
no.
and they weren't talking about the after show. They were talking about the performances, about
You
how
gotta-
amazing the vibe was, about
Like-
how packed it was, all of that.
Even throwing up on stage though, it was kind of like, yo, it was so funny because I was like, oh my god, I do not want this to be how my set ends. And so that's another reason, him screaming. Oh, so it's gonna end with me throwing up and punching this guy. Not on my name. Not right now. If I go in, everybody go in. My auntie here. Like,
I don't know. The more we talk about it, the more it sounds appealing.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
like,
know. This just sounds like pretty. I don't know. This sounds
Hey, you're gonna have
pretty
to
on
look
brand.
forward to the alternative ending. You know what I mean? The outtakes. No.
No.
What's sad is pre-screening the movie, my biggest concern was because people were like, you didn't punch that nigga?
Yeah, I was
And
surprised,
I'm
bro.
like,
You really kept your temperament because it's known.
Good,
Bro.
bro.
On that grab.
Yeah.
He surprised
I've
me
heard-
for sure.
I've heard
was
stories.
I couldn't fuck up, bro. First off, having the freedom to come out there and to do that, and having people trust me coming from all over my family. I got my cousin up, just so many people trusting. You always have to remember people are trusting you, and I had to make sure that I got as much as my money as possible. So from there, after that, they gave me a portion there. I left and came every day, but I also told people, yo, go tell them Daz said I'm picking up this much money. What was interesting was they wouldn't give me my money, but they would come and give the people I sent up there. It's so weird. People really underestimate a lot of things about me. They didn't think that I told the people to go up there. There was also artists who would take the money and give it directly to me because they weren't going to argue with me. It's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? So a lot was going on. I don't know. I don't, Smashly. I just don't know, girl. I'm just like, my dad. They wouldn't communicate with me. I called the actual owner. He wouldn't answer my call. They didn't communicate with me.
Which is how you know this shit was so premeditated, man.
Do you know who they would communicate to and who I need to give the massivest shout out to?
I'm already knowing.
My dad was the only
Senior
person.
Beck. Yeah.
They were scared of my black ass. They was not ready to talk directly to me. But so my dad was, and the venue would say that. They'd be like, look, everybody in here is scared of you at this point. And it's
He's
like
a loose cannon.
Yeah.
He's a loose cannon.
Right.
He's gonna cut the brakes when we're going 50. I already know it.
I don't know what was scary about the situation. I don't know what was scary about the situation, except for what was really scary. What was scary was how they did them, and then how they tucked their tail and they tried to hide. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I think it was premeditated. Second of all, I think it is super bad business. And then you won't even own up to it. You try to brush the shit under the rug. You waited days to make things square, and middlemen had to come in and try to salvage what it was and make things right.
And their behavior since has been disgusting. Even I sent the movie to them to watch weeks ahead of time. Cause I personally, we've done multiple shows together, you know. Um, but what they did go on to do was book one of the acts from my show.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Callie in the building. What they did go on to do was book one of the acts from my show. And it seems like one of them was planted in the comment section during the streaming on Facebook of the movie, talking about, oh, it looks like everybody came to watch you get trolled. And then they were saying, we just did a show there last week and it was great. Like, I'm not here to,
One,
yeah.
don't be too quick to remember how a relationship was built, and also don't forget how that shit ended and you was on the billing.
Well, the person who said that was a friend of who was booked and involved
Well,
with the book. But it's also the
they
guy
was
who's
bored and looking to be a troll.
oh no, he's been bro, look, I've been famous for far too long now. I love
Yeah.
I love people who have helped along the way, or who didn't understand my art. And when you don't understand my art and I try to explain it to you and you don't get it, it gets real wild sometimes, clearly. But
Yeah.
but like I have to stand up for independent artists. I have to stand up for art. Fuck independent artists, because I love mainstream artists. I love indie artists. I want art to blossom and bloom. And the game is fucked up. They aren't represented well. People are getting scrapes. They don't want greatness from people like me. They do things to play me despite doing mostly right things. Like, why should I have to bring my own door guy?
That's wild. They try to
Right?
put that on you?
But isn't like that's the difference between like programming and rentals, right? Like it depends on what contract you're stepping into, right? If you're bringing
We've done like 6 shows together.
right, and it's always
They broke me off amazing, and everybody's besides, you know what? I'm gonna, yeah, like, but yeah, a lot of shady, weird shit. Like, but like, you can do what you want, but like, it's a small town.
Yeah.
Whatever.
At
I
the end
try
of the
to
day,
bring.
at the end of the day, you negotiate that in the contract. You know what I'm saying? And you don't go changing the contract at the end of the night.
Nah.
If you don't like how something's handled, if you don't like somebody's behavior, you deal with that between y'all behind closed doors where business is done, not in public, not in front of everybody. And the way he decided to handle business invited for it to play out the way it did. And he
could have been worse
that.
too. It
Yeah,
could have been
he
worse.
could have avoided that.
And you would think if you're an
his
insurance
goofy
person, you're
ass-
paying insurance for that shit. Why would you want to escalate a situation to become violent? Because that's going
in
to be
your
on
own
your shit, bro.
establishment, right?
That's
Yo,
bad
it
reputation
was-
for your establishment. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
And
Like,
he was a super villain on camera the whole.
yeah, he was. I
He
kind of want to get
never
that shit,
left
chop it
for
up,
any-
put that shit on Reddit real quick.
Like, literally, like, and I don't try to capture anybody. Look, you can watch.
I'm like, let's dox this nigga. Let's go. Like, I haven't dropped this nigga shit. Like, where's this at? Who was he? Oh yeah, let's cut this up like this. Oh yeah.
No,
it's
wait,
like there was an attempt to not pay your artist or some shit, bro.
We do not dock anybody. That's why I haven't said his name. I will say that nigga did personally message at one point he lifted his fist at my wife. And my wife said, "Are you serious?" And the next day she got a text from him that said
That's not
yes.
cool.
Yes, I was. Mystic, you were wild.
I'm not condoning doxing. I'm just saying I'm trying to ride for you, cuz that's it.
Look.
That's it, bud.
Shout out to having some of the most controlled viewers. Not the most. Wait,
Easy.
having. Look,
No, you on your
Kalista,
own.
because I don't want my people to get in trouble on my behalf. I don't
No,
want
No,
the
we're
path.
good.
I
Yeah,
don't want a
fair.
path of destruction. Unfortunately, I need to stop, but I'll take on that burden before.
Yeah.
I respect.
I actually have. So I got another question though, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Come on with it. Let's go.
You know, back to like what it was about originally. Like, what inspires you to do these documentaries in the first place?
Because they're not done a lot, and they're like, why wouldn't I want to capture these moments? And who knows what? Clearly, who knows what is gonna happen? And it's just not done enough. And I
agree.
And if they aren't gonna, a lot of people wait or be like, I'm not big enough to have.
Would you also
to have
say
a
though,
documentary or like? Go on, Mel.
Would you also say that it leans into the multifaceted nature in terms of who you are, right? Because you're a creator, and that's not limited to the making music, right? And you love to tell a story that happens to be in content, you know, all around. And so it just
Absolutely.
makes sense to be able to connect your music to the story of a night that you're trying to put together in a moment you're trying to create in time.
If I may add, though, in the 21st century, in the advent of technology and video, it seems like video and music are kind of synonymous these days with like putting yourself out there more, because people are more visualized these days, and it's definitely connected to the music as well. So documenting that on a visual profile only creates and enhances his brand, in my opinion. So definitely should be encouraged to do that any moment possible. He's a great character, 100%. You know, so this should be happening all the time.
David Ruffin vibe.
People don't change the channel.
You don't see the show.
Well, I hope to have character,
You
and
do.
I hope that all of that is, and it sucks because sometimes people get confused or think shit is fake or blah blah blah, but or like, oh, you should have not been that way on camera. It's like, bro, like, it's what happened. I'm sorry that like I am who I am, and I'm not like, and also part of what I love is breaking those stereotypes and
Absolutely,
making
brother.
people think and pushing boundaries and hiring the standard.
100%.
Because content is so fucking lazy. We live in a
It
day
is
where
lazy, lame, and fucking just so flat, man. I'm going crazy in this motherfucker, bro.
there's
This shit is
AI.
crazy.
I'm giving there's AI songs being made.
Yeah, it's tragic. Yeah.
AI videos.
Did you hear about the George Carlin setup where they like had someone?
Yeah, I heard it.
Man.
I actually heard it.
Did you?
It's okay. There's no real soul to it. I don't know. Like, if you're a normie, it will pass. But for like the most part, it's like it's not gonna pass for like
True,
real people or real ears. You know what I mean? So far, the nuance of AI is gonna be a tool. It's not going anywhere. So we got to come to grips with that shit. And like, it's about how you utilize it as an artist to make your workflow a little bit more easy in a sense, enhancing your authenticity, because that's one thing AI does not have. It's authenticity. All AI is a replication, a copy, an amalgamation of everything that's been on the internet quantumly, you know. But realistically, it's not really an original thought or an original premise when it's being produced. So like, let's not get caught up in like the tool that AI is. Unless you're a tool, then that's just
come on now. You know? Come on now.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I never lean into
it.
I try to very intentionally make my things feel very clean, simple.
Yes.
And like, you can do it too. Like, maybe you can't, but like, be yourself. Like,
that's it. Reclaim the authenticity of your existence is more crucial than ever right now. 100%, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yo, you know,
reclaim the authenticity of your existence.
we haven't heard from the Saints yet, and as we look to wrap things up here on tonight, I would be remiss if we didn't allow him to have some feedback. You got a question for the exotic one on tonight?
Not so much question, more so a statement. This is gonna sound weird, the white guy saying it, but like, all I got off that guy was a whole lot of white privilege and ego.
1,000%.
Kudos to you, Dad.
1,000%.
You dealt with that like a boss, Daz. You couldn't have dealt with that better. I would have throttled him right in the face, but I'm Celtic.
Yeah, brother.
And he would have grabbed a pint.
I came
Okay, now we need to mute him back for a little while.
I came way too far. I had traveled from Georgia to Illinois to sing. We put flyers everywhere. Me and
Everywhere.
Milk, we practiced.
Sponsors, everything. We out here.
Yeah, we had everything involved. Vendors, all the above.
That's what I meant. Vendors.
And so I came to sing and to give an A1 performance, and so like that's and to get my money.
Hell yeah.
I think
I see a lot in you, Daz. I got a lot of dreams and a lot of hopes, and I see you in a place, brother. That I'd rather talk about that off stream, but I see you, bro. I don't waste my time on nothing ass niggas, bro. And it's not because your brother's my best friend, but really because like I really support everything that you're doing. I love your consistency. What about Stitch Jones? Oh yeah, that nigga. Yeah, that's my ace. But no, bro, through him, bro, I got to know you, man. I'm really grateful, bro. I just see a lot. I see what's on the table, and I got some plans, bro. Trust me.
I want to end it by playing. I want to play something me and Milk put together for the people, and it's also the intro of the new album. And I'm gonna play it. I think in the entirety. It plays a little bit. It's the song that plays at the end, but I only give a tease, and so I'm gonna end it with an exclusive.
Father be with us, y'all done turn me to a demon. My mission to be the evilest. I'm like Joker fighting Penguin and I'm beating them. That man don't even wanna see this. I'll show you who the greediest. I'm coming in and taking all your shit. Not nice to a bitch, take a mic and I'm a certified lunatic. Take an 8 and make it 10. A basic chick got fake tits. A flat back turned to a fat ass. Turn my big smile to a ski mask. Ain't no returning. Our bridges is burning. I'm concerned with the outcome. How come? Cause these niggas probably doubted them. And every time they got outdone. I'm used to it, done with the bullshit. If the truth hurts, well I could give two shits. You know what I went through to do this. Cold nights to get to the booth, I walked to it. West Market left me heartless. They the type to rob even when you're starving. And the weed was garbage. I think about it every time I drive the Target. I be like, a nigga really came a long way. I used to have to walk. Now we in Cybertrucks going to Target, baby. Let's go. I could make a numb come once. If me and her smoked enough blunts. But I don't wanna fuck my shit up again. Last time I got caught on the late night tip. Had to stop taking business tips from friends. Like the high reward with the higher the risk. I'm just trying to let my demons lay. Jesus trying to make my demons pray. Lord knows I gotta eat today. So you better not be in my way. I'm just trying to keep my demons at bay. They don't like when I go cray. It feel regular to me. It feel regular to me. It's time to let loose. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm about to bounce quicker than that offering plate on the first of the month. Why? Well, it's about to go down. It says exotic on the sign for real. You don't know what might happen. He might throw up. He might grab that bong. Astronaut in the sky. Then he might take his clothes off. Lord, heaven forbid he jump into the crowd. And then you got that frosted flake throwing freak out here doing things. Doing things. It's time for me to get loose, get low, and get low. Lord, help me, please.
That shit fire.